this is Advocate Pavan here. So today I'll be telling you about how is the best way, simple way for you to prepare for the CLAT UG exam with the help of ChatGPT as well as using other best AI tools. I'll be starting with one by one simple tools, just one tool in specific, then gradually I'll be explaining you in terms of other AI tools which is really good for you. Okay. So today's AI which I've basically used about ChatGPT. To be honest, if you know how to use AI very well, trust me for the fact you have won half of the game. Why do I say this? Is because of the mere factor that if you learn the important tool of using ChatGPT or AI in a very, 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 very good manner, trust me, your preparation becomes very easy. Not only for this exam of CLAT UG exam, but for any other competitive exams, if you're very smart enough of using it, then trust me, your preparation itself you can add into it. Why do I say this? Because CLAT UG exam, something a very crucial exam as this. For example, using AI provides you good amount of leverage, which basically means that, for example, because AI is fed up with lot kind of information, right? All kind of information. If I wouldn't have been suggested you not to use AI 6 months back, but now as ChatGPT is being more advanced, using the right amount of tools can really help you for cracking exam because it is lot amount of information and data for the same. Now, as being said that, if you try to observe this entire platform, very simple. I've used ChatGPT now. And then first I'll be starting. Whenever you start preparing for any exam in general, first you need to refer to the previous year question papers. So your first prompt will be about give me all the important questions for the CLAT UG exam. Give me all the important questions for the CLAT UG exam of the previous year previous year question paper. Give me 20 such questions and also give the options and the explanation for each explanation for each explanation for each with an example. So here, if you observe, very simple for the fact. So, for example, if you observe, the ChatGPT will search for long, and then it will give you the best amount of kind of answers, which is very much relevant for your exam preparation for the same. So now it is basically considering use of past year question papers, and then I'll give you 20 high quality CLAT style questions. Okay. Here, if you observe one by one, it has given you the exactly CLAT based question is what it is purely on the comprehension basis. So it has given you the options. So it has also given you the answers plus the explanation for it. Now let's go one by one. Let's see how we can learn from it. The Protection of Women from the Domestic Violence Act provides remedies for victims of domestic violence. A court may pass an order for the protection in favor of X, even if X and the respondent are not married but live together in a relationship in the nature of marriage. Which concept allows the court to extend the protection? First is about strict interpretation of statutes. B is about principle of textualism, purposeful technological interpretation, literal rule of interpretation. Answer is what? C. Purposeful and teleological interpretation. The court uses the purposive and theological interpretation to extend protection where purpose of statutes support inclusion of live-in relationship. So if you observe, a law extends to prevent child labor is interpreted to apply to new informal workplaces if the purpose is to protect children if not explicitly listed. So if you observe over here, what is the context given in the question plus what is the answer, and it has given a very kind of good kind of explanation for the same. Here, if you observe, if High Court A in 2010 holds that X is unconstitutional and a division bench of the same High Court in 2020 overrules that view, which binds future single judge of that High Court? Answer is B, 2020 division. Obviously, in 2010, if they decided as constitutional, later at 2020, if they overrule it, then 2020's decision only will be listening to it. Why? A larger bench of the court changing its earlier ruling controls the future decisions. Very simple as that. So now next is about logical reasoning. All lawyers are readers, some readers are poets. From this, it follows that what some readers are not lawyers. Okay, so some lawyers are poets, no lawyer is a poet, all poets are readers. Syllogism based question. Okay, some readers are not lawyers. See, option D is the answer. Now, in English there was a question. Okay, choose a word closet, closest to the underlined word in the sentence. Her speech was trenchant and clarified the muddled policy. Which is the option over here? Is it A, vague, B, forceful, C, long winded, D, irrelevant? The answer is B, which basically means trenchant means incisive, forceful, sharpy perspective. Okay, a trenchant critique cuts directly to the problem. It's not vague. Okay. Now, fifth question is about which body in India is a final authority to interpret the constitution? Answer is very simple. It's the Supreme Court of India. If you do not know this, that means you are not preparing for the right exam. Okay. So, next question. A law imposes a reasonable restriction on free speech to protect fundamental order. Under Indian Constitution doctrine, which test does the court apply in the to justify the restriction? The answer is very simple. It is option B, proportionality and reasonable restriction test, which basically means restrictions on free speech are examined for reasonable and proportional relative to the objective. A temporary restriction on assemblies in a riot prone areas may be upheld if proportionate. Very simple as it. Logical reasoning. Fisher catch, farmer, it's basically the so. Very simple as that. So I just want all of you to just pass this the correct amount of problem and start reading with it. So once this is done, the next class I'll tell you how you need to refine the content. Just copy paste this, go copy paste in your Google Doc, start preparing to it. If you're not aware about a particular kind of explanation, just select this and then very simple, ask ChatGPT. There'll be a question. Simplify this and explain. Simplify this and explain. If I'm just putting a prompt as such, I'll just show you what magic happens. When can the government restrict free speech? The constitution allows it, but only if the restriction is reasonable, not arbitrary and unfair. Proportionate means what? The restriction should not be more than what is needed to solve the problem. It must be balanced. Very simple as it. Example is that if there is a riot in a city, the government can temporarily ban public speeches or rallies in that area to maintain peace, but it cannot permanently ban all rallies everywhere just because riots happened once. That would be too excessive. So basically free speech can be restricted, but only in a fair and balanced way that directly relates to the protected public order. So very simple as this. So whenever you learn, it should be in a very simplified way of learning, and it should be very easy for you to understand and then learn. So make sure that your pura context which in all you're learning, it is in this particular format. Use the AI, ask questions one by one, relearn it. I hope today's video was super helpful for you. Wishing you all the best. Good luck. This is me, Advocate Pavan, signing off. Take care. Goodbye. Thank you so much.